Democratic delegates in New York are rallying behind Kamala Harris ahead of the National Democratic Convention. Tonight, our New York Capitol correspondent Elise Klein spoke to state and federal lawmakers about the vice president's path to the White House.
In less than 2 weeks since becoming the presumed Democratic nominee for the 2024 presidential race, Kamala Harris has raised $200 million and gained over 170,000 volunteers.
The New York Democrats are really fired up for Kamala Harris.
The momentum has already had a big impact on New York Democratic delegates who say they are feeling the boost in enthusiasm for her campaign, especially when compared to her Republican opponent, former President Donald Trump.
You know, there's the doom, the gloom, the backward direction that they take us in, and you know, just denouncing everything, and it's darkness, and people are tired of that message. And here they see hope, aspiration, climbing to a higher ground.
Assemblymember Grace Lee, who is the first Korean American woman to serve in the state legislature and is also a Democratic delegate, said Harris's nomination energized minority communities such as Asian American and Pacific Islander voters.
API voters have been an incredible and very important part of winning states like Georgia and Nevada. We now have a candidate who is energizing these base of voters to come out and vote. So I think that our prospects have gotten a lot brighter.
Other delegates say Harris continues to mobilize Democratic voters, especially young women, who are concerned about the future of their reproductive rights. In the short amount of time she has been running for president, Harris has already made protecting reproductive freedom and health care a key part of her campaign.
And I think one of the things that is very strong about the vice president and her candidacy is the fact that she can talk about these issues in a fundamentally different way.
In Albany, Elise Klein, WENY News.
The top political leader of Hamas is dead after an Israeli airstrike in Iran. Our Washington Bureau will break down how it could ratchet up already high tensions in the Middle East. But first, a look at how stocks ended the day.
From WENY News, this is First Warning Weather.
Well, Welcome back. We have great visibility off the Tioga, Pennsylvania Skycam at this hour, looking northbound towards the New York state line. Just a couple passing clouds overhead, but we'll end up with mainly clear skies for the overnight period. Check out the skies, though, earlier today. Emily Scott taking this picture over Seneca Lake. Had some showers and thunderstorms pass through. Looked pretty ominous earlier this afternoon, but obviously now things looking much nicer as we start to clear our skies out. Still dealing with increased humidity, though. Anytime we have humidity levels, dew point levels above 60, it's noticeable. Above 70, feeling downright tropical-like. And look at this, even Burlington, Vermont coming in with a dew point of 72. Similar dew points in Albany and over towards Boston and Portland, Maine. Locally, we have a 67-degree dew point in Elmira. So the humidity level has briefly come down a little bit here from earlier today, but notice over the next several days the humidity will remain quite elevated. It won't be until early next week that we start to see a drop into a more comfortable range. So the showers and thunderstorms from earlier on kind of hit or miss locally again, but they're up into New England right now, and we look off towards the west, and we have a lot of clear skies here over western New York, western areas of Pennsylvania. And we'll go with a clear forecast overnight tonight. Some patchy valley fog possible after midnight, but no rain in the forecast, at least for tonight. Now, most of tomorrow looks dry as well, but we can't rule out a stray late day shower or thunderstorm. Big weather story tomorrow. The temperatures, 92 will be our 5-degree guarantee. You factor in the humidity, you're going to feel like it's in the mid or even upper 90s. So tomorrow, one of those days where you need to take it easy, keep yourself hydrated with plenty of water. Now, our future track does show that isolated shower thunderstorm threat during the afternoon. Many locations, though, will remain dry. And then pretty much more of the same on Friday. Some more clouds arrive. A little bit better chance for some late day showers and thunderstorms. But again, most of the time will be dry. So your fair forecast here for tomorrow, that straight thunderstorm possible, 92. Friday, some isolated thunderstorms, 89. A little bit better chance on Saturday for a thunderstorm high, 86. Bottom line here is, though, none of these days are going to be a washout, so that's good news. But be aware, there could be a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. 88 is what we forecast today, and that was the unofficial high at the Elmira Corning Regional Airport. 64 will do it for a low tonight under mainly clear skies. Fog will develop after midnight. Tomorrow all the way up to 92 for our 5-degree guarantee with an isolated thunderstorm possible. Chances for thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. Temperatures in the 80s. Should be dry Sunday, and then a few more showers and thunderstorms return early next week.
All right, thank you, Joe. The Middle East is on high alert this evening after the killings of top Hamas leader and a top Hezbollah commander. WENY Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon explains why there is growing concern that the Middle East could break out into an all-out war.
Tension rising again in the Middle East after a weekend attack on Israel, killing 12 children in a soccer field. Israel says the Iranian-backed proxy Hezbollah is responsible. Israel retaliated with a rare strike on the Lebanese capital of Beirut, killing a top Hezbollah commander who they allege was behind the weekend attack. 2 women and 2 children were also killed in the retaliatory strike and dozens more injured, according to the Lebanese Red Cross. Hours later in Iran, Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated while in Tehran to attend the inauguration of Iran's new president. Palestinians protested the assassination of Haniyeh throughout the West Bank as Iran warns of retaliation.
Now lawmakers and U.S. officials are focused on preventing a larger scale conflict in the region.
Well, of course, no one wants to see an escalation in the Middle East. It's been horrific enough for the people of Israel and people within the region to have the threat of Hamas, a terrorist organization, attack the people of Israel and kill more than 1,200 people, citizens.
Senator Bob Casey is pointing the finger at Iran.
I've often said over and over again that Iran is the backer and the banker of all the bad guys.
U.S. officials say the best way to prevent further escalation is with a ceasefire, but recent events are not helping negotiations.
It was always complicated. It remains complicated, and reports coming out of the region, as we've seen again over the last 24 to 48 hours, certainly don't make it less complicated.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WENY News.
Coming up in sports, Elmira College men's hockey released their 2024 to 2025 schedule. We'll let you know when and where the Soaring Eagles are kicking off their season right after the break.